Hello humans, it's just Martine and welcome to a slightly panic-induced reading vlog. In July, I have several quote-unquote obligation reads, and that's fine. But right now, I'm in the middle of one book specifically and then loosely another that I need to get a move on. So I'm reading the first book in the Infernal Devices trilogy, Clockwork Angel, and I would say I don't really have to rush it even though I'm trying to read all 3 of them this month, except for the fact that my library loan is gonna be due in 5 days. I'm at 33%, so you would think that's pretty good, except that it's taken the whole month to get me here. It's been already a week, so that will not do for something that's due in 5 days. You know, that pace will not work. Then I gotta get a move on The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, because the live show for this is on the 17th and I'm this far in, which is still better than Clockwork Angel, but notable. It's approaching 5 p.m. on July 7th. I've read for 13 minutes today. Got into kind of a TikTok spiral. So now we're going to get some serious reading done. I need to read at least an hour of Clockwork Angel today, and I've only read 13 minutes of it. Super cool, funky, and fresh. So let's get to it. So I did one great thing. I got to 50% of Clockwork Angel. But then instead of reading my bit of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo that I was supposed to read today, I went live on TikTok for a very long time. So oops, honestly, I gave a lot more time today to TikTok than I should have, but that happens some days. We're just going to move forward. It's my summer vacation, my last real summer vacation, so. Also, if I had to make progress in either of the 2 books today, it's better that I made progress in Clockwork Angel, and I did that, winning. It's just past 9 p.m. and I got up to the post-it note that I had wanted to get to today, and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is a minimum, so double win. And I'm probably going to read the Clockwork Angel in bed in the dark until I fall asleep, which should not take very long. It's approaching 12:30 on this lovely Friday, and I've actually made some good reading progress this morning. Reading progress in the morning? Who am I? So I got to 66% of Clockwork Angel and things are happening. I'm a little scared. I don't know how they're going to resolve. So that's good. I'd like to get a little more read of that later today if I'm up for it, but I've officially read enough today to feel like I've made good progress. And then I picked up The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and got to page 300, so I'm officially 50% of the way into this book. I'm seeing the different perspectives colliding, which I was waiting for and I'm interested in, and finally we're getting some movement on the main storyline kind of, and so that's nice. Same with Clockwork Angel. I'd love to make some more progress on this later today, but I've read quote-unquote enough. I can technically read literally anything else if I want to. I've literally gotten this book, but in hardcover at the Dollar Tree recently. It's Saturday, July 9th, and last night I successfully finished Clockwork Angel. Actually, what had happened was I was going to read a little before bed, and then I was like, wait, as a fun fact, maybe there's back matter in this, and there's less to go than I think, because I hadn't actually checked before. So I checked, and I was like, oh shoot, I only have 60 ebook pages left on my tiny little phone. So I was like, can do. So I kept myself awake and I finished reading it. I gave it 4 stars, although this kind of feels inaccurate because I rated the first Shadowhunters book, City of Bone, and then is City of Glass the third one? Anyway, the first and third one, 4 stars. And I think I liked this a bit better, but I'm just gonna keep it simple and say 4 stars. This is more if you like the historical fiction element to some urban fantasy of some kind. I would recommend the Infernal Devices series over the original Shadowhunters series. I was actually having a whole conversation with my sister about it earlier. And because the Infernal Devices trilogy was written later, I think the writing is just slightly better quality. Although I have to say, I don't like Will. So that's rough. Because in Shadowhunters, I feel like Jace is arrogant, but he's funny. He's not actually that bad. Meanwhile, Will is just kind of a jerk. And I know they have some things to try and make him redeemable, saying, oh, he always rags on himself, making himself look bad and stuff. But here's the thing, not often enough to counteract his other behavior. So we'll have to see as I continue the series how I feel about him. I also started the second book, Clockwork Prince, today while I was working on something, and I liked him less. So maybe that's why I sound so angry, because in the first book, he did not bother me that much, except at the end. But then in the second book, he's just being a total pain. So I honestly, even though he seems to be a love interest, I don't want him and Tessa to be together because he's kind of just a jerk. That's the tea. I have not done my reading for The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo yet today. That is hopefully going to be one of my next courses of action. So I'd like to get up to page like 340 or something like that. Just a little more of the ways through it, because Bailey texted me and she was like, do you want to have the live show on my channel or your channel next week? And I was like, next week, even though I'm making good time. So yeah. Then for my college graduation a little while ago, my brother and my sister-in-law, they gave me a Barnes & Noble gift card. So I went into Barnes & Noble with one mission in mind. I came out with 3 books. Now here's the thing. This is propaganda for real. I have made it a point starting this summer, but it's been in my mind for a little while, to really only pay full price for books that have representation, especially queer representation, but representation of any kind, because I want publishing to be like, oh, the people like this, the people will spend money on this, and then hopefully they'll put out more of them. So my theme for today was sapphic romances. I have 2 YA and 1 adult. These 2 are YA, this one's adult. This one I know I can get on my library app, the other 2 I'm not sure, but I wanted to read it really bad. There's a long hold on it, and also one of the only types of books I like to keep after I read them is books with representation. So all of these will live in my collection forever and ever unless they do something incredibly terrible. So I like having the physical copy because I'll want to be able to share it with other people in the future. Like, one of my biggest dreams is to have a really diverse library, and people go and they pick something off the shelf and they know they're going to get an incredible and diverse read. That's the goal. I love how they kind of match because they're all like pink and purple tones, which is normally not my like color vibe, but I jive with it. I definitely know that I'm missing sapphic romance in my like queer literature that I own. So this is a step today to remedy that. So first I got She Drives Me Crazy. It's enemies to lovers and fake dating. What more could I want, truthfully? Me exposing that I only read part of the backs of these. Then It's Not Like It's a Secret. Also has some POC representation. Winner of the Asian Pacific American Award for Young Adult Literature. And although this one appears to have POC rep in the book, it's written by a white author, and this one is a POC author, so double winning here. And then Delilah Green Doesn't Care, which has been really popular online lately. And truthfully, I don't know anything about it. It's a steamy queer romantic comedy. Go off. Debut novel, single mom, blah, blah, blah. So yes, sign me up. And they're all so pretty. They're all such pretty books. So I'm super excited about this. I'm glad for the propaganda. More, give me more. Yay, that's super exciting. It's Sunday afternoon and I just got to page 398 of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and things are going down. Lots of interesting psychological things happening here. I don't really know what to think. At first, I was like, wow, this is a long book. And now at this point in the book, I'm like, are they even going to solve this before the end? Like, I don't know. I'm a little stressed about that. Lots of content warnings in here. Please look them up. Yikes. But I'm enjoying it. More of my thoughts will be had in the live show discussion for this, which should already be out by the time this vlog goes up. But today, on this lovely Monday, I finished The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson, and I'm giving it 4 stars, which coincidentally is the same rating my sister gave it. I considered giving it a 3.5 there for a minute because although the end was interesting, it did drag a bit at the end, but I have to say the middle chunk was just so fast-paced that I thought that in the end it made up for it. There's so many trigger warnings with this book and so many absolutely awful things characters say about or to one another that I absolutely do not condone, but behind this is a really cleverly linked together series of crimes. There's some corporate corruption going on, so investigative journalism. There's some hacking. There's some murder. So it's got like a little bit of everything. So when you look at it and you go, that's kind of long for a mystery book, I know that there's lots and lots and lots of mysteries squished in there. So even if you don't like part of the plot, there's a likelihood that you'll like a different part of it. I do think that the most interesting part for me was the murder mystery, but I still do like a nice corporate corruption story. It all worked out in the end. But because I finished that and early too, because I had like 5 more days planned of reading this and I just read it today instead. I'm going to close out this vlog because I accomplished the 2 things I was trying to accomplish. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. When your library loan is due soon, do just read as much as you can before it goes away, finish the book, or just let it disappear into the ether and replace a hold on it, or do you just let it go forever? I'm curious. And subscribe for more reading, writing, and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!